How's it going tonight, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Action. Episode number 5. And this episode, guys, this one's exciting because it is a pretty awesome movie. Just like everything that I do a video on, honestly. But I love this one. Again, we're going back to Disney. Classic. We've got Lilo and Stitch. Okay, guys? Lilo and Stitch. An absolutely awesome movie. Here, I'm going to set this down, guys. There we go, so I don't throw it somewhere. I move my hands so much, I might throw the movie out of my hands. But Lilo and Stitch is amazing. There's so many good success principles in there. And what's crazy is that we all saw it growing up. We've all seen it. Let our kids watch it. And sometimes we don't pick up on these success principles. And that's one of the reasons I love, going to the Disney movies. Because it's things that we've grown up watching. Things that we love as kids, and we love as adults, but that we miss just a little bitty, little small pieces of, that we don't think of it quite in a success principle way, and I love bringing that perspective to it. So, first principle, okay, I guess give you an overview in case you haven't seen Lilo and Stitch, alright? Lilo is a little girl. She's a little Hawaiian girl. She's being raised by her sister because her parents have passed away, alright? And she's not really the most popular girl, and so one night she's just really wishing she could have a friend. And in comes Stitch, who is a creation of an alien mad scientist. Okay, and Stitch is programmed for destruction. Destruction and mischief is really what he's programmed for. And going throughout the movie, the two, they end up finding each other, and they end up bonding and growing really close with each other, and working together to help bring out the best in both of them. And it's so amazing to watch it. In there, obviously you've got a lot of different things going on. The aliens are after Stitch, trying to capture him, bring him back to space, bring him back to their galactic prison that he was supposed to be being held in to help contain him. And Lilo, her sister, is dealing with the fact that if she can't step up and be a great parental figure for Lilo, for her sister, then she's going to lose custody. And at that point, Lilo gets put into the adoption system, the foster care system, and that's not how she wants her sister to be raised. She's really young. I don't think they ever mention her age, but her sister is maybe like 20s, I'd say, maybe 20 at most. And Lilo's probably between like 8 and 10, I would say. But it's a really phenomenal movie, and it teaches some amazing things. And the first one that I want to talk about is the ability to change. Alright? The ability to change. Stitch starts out, like I said, he's an abomination. He's programmed for mischief and destruction. He's really he's out. The scientists created him to destroy cities, to destroy planets, to destroy civilizations. Alright? And so he gets put into this area where he really doesn't have much to destroy. And all of a sudden he starts bonding with this girl, with Lilo. Alright? And over the course of the movie, there's a really funny scene where she draws him out and she colors him in red. And it's like, but like if you were drawing it on a person, it goes up to here, and she's like, this is you, and this is all your bad, and this is your little bit of good. And she's saying, you're really bad. We gotta help you. We gotta change you. And she starts working with Stitch to help him overcome his tendencies, to overcome his natural self and his typical characteristics, the things that he's usually out doing, the things that he's programmed to do. And over the course of the movie, he starts to get better and better. It comes down to it that he ends up saving Lilo. He ends up saving her family and saving all the people around there because, there's a lot of other issues that come into play with aliens and everything. And one of them that's not being the most, it's the easiest word to say, it's ethical in trying to catch Stitch and bring him back. And because of that, it puts a lot of danger, a lot of stress on people. And Stitch protects him. He does a lot of things, and he ends up at the very end of the movie, and it's really touching because, I should say not the very, very end, but close to the end, they've got him, he's handcuffed, he's having to leave, he's walking onto a spaceship, and as he's walking there, all of a sudden he turns, and he looks at the alien that's having him march on, and he's like, can I go say bye to them, because they're my family. And Stitch had made this full circle, this full turnaround, that really just, it all... Alright, yeah, I think we're back, guys. Sorry about that. My internet was giving me a little bit of issues. So he really comes full circle, and it shocks everybody there, and they're like, wow, that's crazy, because he wasn't programmed to ever be able to do that. He wasn't meant to ever be able to care about anybody, to have a family, to love anybody, or to ever be able to feel love from other people in return. And the reason that's such a huge principle, the reason I picked Lilo and Stitch, the number one reason for it is that lesson right there. I don't know where you're at in your life. I don't know what success or failures you've had. I don't know what's holding you back or what drives you forward. But I know that we all have tendencies. We all have issues. We all have complications that we have to overcome. Day in and day out, we have storms that come into our lives and they leave our lives. Somebody says something mean to us, all of a sudden parents don't believe in us, friends don't believe in us, our bosses, our coworkers don't necessarily believe in us, and we have issues all of the time. But there's hope for us. Maybe you grew up and you grew up in a very negative family. Everybody was always negative, telling you can't do that. You wanted to go out for sports teams, you can't do that. You want to go get a job at 16. I don't think you'll be able to get hired on anywhere. You wanted to get straight A's. Nobody's ever gotten straight A's in our family. Why will you be able to do it? And maybe it's your friends. Dude, you haven't gotten straight A's ever. You're in 9th grade. Don't you think you would have had straight A's by now if you were smart? Maybe you're just not that smart. And we hear that, growing up, and maybe that's your situation. Maybe you feel like you're on this path that's just destined for average. It's destined for ordinary. It's destined for nothing extravagant. You're just like, wow, I feel like I might as well be on autopilot, because my life really just goes like this. It doesn't, every now and then, it's my birthday, went out with friends, got an demotion at work, or got a bad grade in school, and it's just really not very much variation, but it's just a little bit better, a little bit worse, a little bit better, a little bit worse, nothing past that. You've got a potential, you've got the chance to turn your life around, to make something of yourself that you weren't beforehand. Just like Stitch, you may have grown up in a negative environment. You may have grown up in a terrible environment, that most people would say you can't be successful because of your background. You can't be successful because of your upbringing, because of your issues, because of your hardships, because of your hurdles, because of your failures. And people might be telling you that. You don't need to listen to them. Just like Stitch, who was programmed to be destructive. He was programmed to be negative and hurt people and destroy things. He overcame that, and so can you. He had to work hard at it. This isn't like one day I just decide, I'm going to be better, and then all of a sudden it's easy for the rest of your life. You have to work at it day in and day out. You have to go through the grind. You have to go through the daily struggles. They're going to make you better. When Stitch was going through that trial, that journey of becoming who he was by the end of the movie, there was a lot of times he messed a lot of things up. They show some scenes where they bring him out on the beach, and he's playing guitar for everybody, and they're all gathering around. They think it's so cool. And all of a sudden they start to crowd him a little, and he freaks out. He freaks out totally, starts destroying everything, biting stuff, and scares everybody away. There's another time, I'm trying to remember now. My mind just went 100% blank. But he does a lot of instances just like that, where he starts out, he's making progress, just like you. You might start out the day, today's going to be my day. Today's going to be so amazing. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to start making strides towards my success. And you get to noon, you get to about lunchtime, and all of a sudden something happens, and you fall apart. And you get to the end of the day, and you say, dang it, today wasn't my day. And you're freaking out, you're just like, my goodness, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep messing up? That's because it takes work. It takes effort to overcome our natural tendencies. It takes work to overcome our hardships, our trials. It takes work to overcome who we've been programmed to be by society, by our friends and our family. But the thing is, the fact that you recognize it means that you have the potential to be better. You have the potential to be so much more. You don't have to worry about the fact that you've messed up. Like that, yeah, okay, that's part of the process. Everybody fails when they're on their way to success. Just like Stitch failed, but by the end of the movie, he was there. He had arrived. He may not be perfect, but he had arrived at being a better alien, better person, so to speak. And same for you. You're going to have issues that come up along the way. You're going to have hardships and those trials and those setbacks where you thought, I was doing so good. I thought I was getting better. But you can overcome them. You can overcome those moments of despair. And that is a huge lesson that I think is very important to get out of Lilo and Stitch. You're destined for so much more. You have potential within you. You have so much extra that you can accomplish. All it takes is just seeing yourself with that potential and saying, hey, every day I'm going a little bit better, a little bit better. You're not striving to be perfect. You're striving to perfect yourself throughout time. Now, I'm going to say that again because some people, they hear that and they think, oh, he just said kind of the same thing. No. Your goal isn't to be perfect. Okay? You aren't meant to be perfect day one when you start out on a journey. The goal is to perfect yourself over time, like a staircase. You don't walk into your house, go to the second story in one step. Okay? Not unless you got an elevator in your house, in which case, that's kind of cool. But even then, you got to hit buttons. Okay? There's more than one step to that. You don't walk into your house and go one step up the stairs. You go step by step, little bit by little bit. And that's how you're going to change. That's how you're going to overcome your programming. That's how you're going to overcome the negativity, the failures, the hardships, the hurdles, the negative impact that society has had on you. All right, guys? And lesson number two, because this is kind of important, I think. This is something that goes hand in hand with it, is that Stitch got there. I'm not saying that somebody can't do it. They can't be better on their own. Okay? I'm not saying that you can't start to perfect yourself on your own. But one of the big things that Stitch had that helped him along his way, lesson number two, okay? Lesson number two. Stitch had a friend. He had a coach. He had a mentor. He had somebody there by his side. He had a support team that said, I believe in you. Lilo was there for him the whole way. Every time he made a mistake, every time he messed up, she was always like, no, you're better than that. You've got more potential than that. When she colored that picture, she wasn't trying to say, that's who you are indefinitely. She said, that's where you're at now. She told him, we need to work on this to get less red inside of you. Okay? We need to take it from here and we need to move it. Move it down. Get rid of it. Try to limit it as much as possible. Shrink it. And that's you need a friend. You need a mentor. You need a coach. You need somebody you can maybe just talk to every now and then. Somebody that you can reach out to. That's going to believe in you. That's going to inspire you. That even when you've got your days, even when you have those days when you think you messed up so bad, you messed up to the point that why are you even trying? You can reach out to that coach. You can reach out to that mentor, and you can say, I don't know, I almost feel like giving up. And they'll look at you and they'll say, you can't do that. You've got more within you, and I'm going to help you get there. I'm your cheerleader. I'm your inspirator. I'm your motivator. You know, not that they babysit you and necessarily hold your hand all the way, but they're there to kind of keep you in track, to keep you in guide. It's kind of like going bowling, guys. You know, you put the bumpers up, the ball is going to make it down there eventually. It might bump from side to 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 side, depending on who's bowling. All right, and it might go very slowly, but it makes it down there. And when you have somebody that can help direct you, when you have somebody that says, I know your potential, I know what you can be, I know who you can become, and they're there, they're your bumpers, you may go slowly. You may go so slow that you're worried there's no progress at all, but you will make it there. Just like Lilo helped Stitch. Guys, I promise you that that's the case. Promise you. It will happen. Okay? I challenge you to go out there and find somewhere in your life. Maybe you think you're perfect. Maybe you think you're awesome and that nothing is wrong. I don't know. But you've got something about you. Right there. Maybe you need to be a little bit more humble. Okay? But for other people, we all have flaws. We all see ourselves with different flaws. And I'm not saying that you need to go through and pick out all of your flaws and really like demoralize yourself. Just pick something that you want to work on. Maybe your fear of public speaking. Maybe your fear of hopping on a live video. Maybe you've got a calling. You're like, man, like I have these thoughts. I just wish I could get on live video. Maybe it's your fear of going out and talking to that boy or that girl that you like. Maybe it's your fear of going back to school, going to work and asking for a promotion or applying for a new job. Maybe it's your fear of going to business for yourself. Whatever it is, though, whatever it is, just figure it out and say, hey, I'm going to be a little bit better day after day. I'm not saying be perfect day one, but just work better day after day. I challenge you to do that. Just like Stitch, find that area in your life that you've been programmed to not be the best and say, I'm going to be better than that. I'm going to make that red go down. Even if the red's down here, or it's already down maybe to your knees or to your ankles, try to push it a little bit further, a little bit further. That's all you got to do. And I promise you that as you do that, you'll start to see things come into your life. You'll start to see yourself being better. You'll start to see yourself more confidently. You'll start to see yourself attract success. And I also challenge you to find somebody to help you along that path. Find a friend, find a mentor, find a coach. Maybe it's a family member, whatever it is. But find somebody who won't let you off the hook. Somebody that won't take your excuses. Somebody that won't say, oh, no, I totally understand. You got a bad day, whatever. They'll say, no. Bad days happen. Shape up and get better. They may say it a little nicer. I'm a little blunt when I say things. They might say it nicer, but they'll be on you. They'll be there. They'll guide you. They'll say, I'm your bumpers. Okay? I don't care how slow you get there. You're making it down. You're going to hit the pins at the end. You're going to hit your success. You're going to hit your goals. I promise you that as you do that, guys, success is inevitable. Success is inevitable if you have somebody being your bumpers and you have the perseverance to go down there, just like Stitch was able to change. I promise you. I hope you guys got value out of this. I hope maybe you get a newfound love for Lilo and Stitch. You get a desire to go back and watch it. And you're like, I want to go see, what's in that movie again. I want to go watch it. And maybe you'll pick up on some things I didn't bring up to you. Okay? Pick up on some things I never would have seen. But I hope that it changes your life, guys. I really do. And I want you to share this with anybody that you think may need it. Show it to them. Say, hey, check this out. Watch it. If you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, just like it, share it with people, and just let me know how you think. Guys, I'm doing these videos once a week. The lights, camera, action, once a week. Let me know what movies you love. I want to start expanding my movie watching. I'll be honest, I watch a lot of Disney movies. I watch a lot of quote-unquote kids movies. I love them. I just do. They're fun. My wife loves them. They're awesome. It's just really fun, and I feel like they're full of principles for success. But let me know if you've got an idea. It doesn't have to be a kids movie. It can be anything. I just typically stay away from rated R, unless it's. I mean, I've made a few exceptions over the years, but it's usually, generally pretty much all rated R movies I stay away from. So let me know though if you've got any ideas. I'd love to hear your suggestions, and I'd love to come up with a movie review and success principles that you're really going to be engaged in, that you're really going to love, that may change your life. And then I'll let you know. It may not be the next week that I do it, but I'll let you know. I'll reach out to you and say, hey, I'm doing your movie tonight. Get it, make sure you take some time. This time of the night, I'm doing it. That way you know, okay? Thank you guys for being on. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope that you go on to be successful, because I know that you can. I know that you are more than ordinary, that you are extraordinary in your lives, in your heart, in your mind, in every aspect of your life. Just remember, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is